announcements here.
There you are.
All right, I think I'm on. Yay, thank you so much. All right, I'm Pastor Shannon on the pastoral staff here. This is Pastor Andrew, and we are going to give you your announcements today. First thing, our family night potluck at 5:30 on Tuesdays. We had our first one this past week. Who was there? Can
Yes.
you? Woo! Does anybody want to share a
fantastic.
quick word about what you experienced? Yeah, okay.
My name is Patrick, and it was fun. It was so much fun. And I hope Amber's not, we teased her a lot, but we laughed a lot, and we shared a lot, and we ate a lot, and we just grew together, and it was powerful.
Thanks, Pat. That's what it's all about. One more person. Anybody else want to share what you experienced? Oh, okay. Make me run all the way back here. Tell us your name.
Jenny McFarland. It was really hard for me to go. I am not shy, but I'm not a let's jump in and do this type of person. I would prefer to just stand back in the shadows. But I am so glad I came. It was so much fun. And I already signed up for a tater tot casserole for Tuesday, and then I found out it was Mexican, so I'm bringing hot sauce.
Way to improvise.
Can I testify real quick?
Yeah, you can. You're allowed to speak.
Here's the one word that I would say defined it for me, and that was rich. It was just rich with the right things. I think of what the heart of it was all about. And
Wonderful. So I encourage you all, it is not just for people with small children, it is for our entire church family to come join us again this Tuesday night, 5:30, right here. Normally on the third Wednesday of the month, we would have a healing prayer service. We are canceling that for this month because we don't want to overtax you and ask you to leave your home 2 nights in a row. So healing prayer canceled this week. And there's also not going to be...
Not that you couldn't get healed and prayed over on Tuesday nights.
Well, absolutely. We just combine those into one big event, right? It's a great idea. And we're also not going to have prime time this month. So prime time, all you lovely folks who are older and wiser than I am, you guys are going to reconvene in the month of May. And then the last announcement that I have, if you pull out your bulletin today, you can see this Imago Day ad. It is for our Women's Summit that is coming up the first weekend in May. It'll be Friday night from 7 to 9 and Saturday morning from 9 to 12. And we are going to immerse ourselves, ladies, in understanding our identity in Christ and how that empowers us to live as Christians in this world. And so put it on your calendar, pray about coming. There will be a very small cost involved to just cover the cost of coffee and donuts and gift bags and things like that. If finances is a problem, let us know and we'll make sure you can get there. But put it on your calendar. We're excited to see you.
Thanks,
That's all
Shannon.
I got.
Tony, you come on up. This is Tony Barnett, everyone. Tony has been coming to our church. Hey, some of you are going to recognize him because he's been coming faithfully for the last, years, 100 years at least. Yeah, he's actually 173. It's amazing though. He's been coming, and he represents Hope. Hope for Youth. I was going to say Hope International, but Hope for Youth International, which has to do, and I'll let him give the details. It has to do with people taking international students into their homes. And so he's here today. He can make himself available if you want to just ask some questions. I think sometimes people feel like he's a salesman and he's going to get me. It's not his heart. But he would love to give you as much information as you want to ask or inquire about.
So, hello. Good to be with you guys this morning. My roots with the Fergusons go way, way back. Like when I was 14, we started to go to New Life Center in Everett. And so that's where...
That was 150 years before I was born.
I know it. So I always love to come here because you guys are my roots. So for the past 21 years, I've had the opportunity and the blessing to facilitate a ministry to high school international students. And we bring 50 to 70 kids into the greater Puget Sound area, and we place them with host families. And our intention is that by them living with you and rubbing shoulders with you, that they would see Jesus pour out of your pores, and that they might be introduced to the Lord and receive him and get to know him. And one of the most effective ways that at least I found to be able to lead somebody to Christ is through relationship. We've talked for years and years about how people will say, well, Christian TV can do it in big crusades and all those different kinds of things. But really, it's living out faith with people where you really, really can influence them and bring them to faith in Jesus. And so that's the heart behind what we do. And so we have students that come from about 60 different countries that we have access to. And a lot of kids that come from countries that have no strong Christian witness, from what they call the 1040 window, if you're familiar with missionology terms and that kind of thing. And we get a lot of really cream of the crop kids that need Jesus, that we're trying to bring into our area so that they can go to church with you. They go to the public school, which isn't always the greatest, but it gives an opportunity for them to be with us. And so I want to share a little story. Last year, we have a really faithful family, a couple, they're in their 70s now, and they've hosted every year for us for about 10 years. And last year, they had a young lady named Lily who lived with them. She's from Hungary. And just by them coming and her being with them and living with them and them loving on her, taking her to church, which she had never really done before, guess what? She met Jesus. And when, this was so cool, we do a reentry meeting with all the students before we go home. And some receive Jesus, some don't. They have seeds planted. But Lily got up and she testified to this group of 60 high school international students that the big thing that happened to her in her life was that she met the Lord and that she was going to go home, and that what happened to her here, that she was going to plant that in her community back there. And so that's the heart of what we do. And so whether you're retired in your 70s or whether you're a young couple with little kids, single person with kids, without kids, you can be in any stage in your life. And if you would have the heart